Hello. Well, uh, today my topic for this video is about the recovery of money, and this is as per public demand. I'm making this video for layman so that every common man can also understand as to what kind of recoveries one can do. So most of the businessmen or my ex clients or my clients or people taking advice are most of the time concerned about that, sir, my money is stuck, my payment is stuck here, sir, I provided these goods to a party and my money is stuck, I did these services for a party and he has retained my payments, or secondly I gave this loan to a party but he's not paying me back, or thirdly I bought this property or I sold this property, the earnest amount or some amount of payment, the balance payment is stuck with the buyer or the seller, and fourth is, sir, I have a check or my check has bounced, so what do I do about it? So these are the five common types of payment problems, or even sometimes in cases, sir, my bank guarantee or my letter of credit is stuck, sir, in the bank, and the bank is not repaying me. So what do I do? Now, since I have diversified the types of problems which normal businessmen or people uh, go through, and now let's talk about the goods and services. What happens with the goods and services is, if you are having an acknowledged bill and a tax invoice in which C forms have been retained or some tax has been paid, or the gatekeeper or the store manager has duly acknowledged your good or receipt of goods, and the receipts, and you are sure that those goods have been used by the party, you can always file a suit for recovery or a summary suit for recovery, considering the facts of the case. And a summary suit for recovery is covered under Order 37 CPC, Civil Procedure Code 1908, and you have to give the proper court fees over the amount of recovery, whether it's 1 lakh or whether it's 100 crores. So and then the summary suit, the court, after in the summary suit, the court, after hearing you, issues notice to the defendant, and the defendant has to file a leave to defend within 10 days of after receipt of the notice, and it's a summary procedure. And if the leave to defend is rejected, or and the court decides your case and gives the amount of interest or anything on that. Now there are, the other part is, there are four five types of instruments which are used: promissory notes, bill of exchange, hundis, checks. So these are four five types of you know uh, common documents which are made with regard to finance transactions that take place. Now coming to loans, a lot of people have been, what I find is, a lot of people misuse the law of loans, as the income tax act, and a lot of income tax act says you can't give money beyond this much amount. A lot of people don't have a financial company license, but still a lot of financiers give loans, and they are not even registered in the market, and then they will take checks or ask the parties to sign certain documents with huge amount of interest, suppose like 3% per month, 5% per month interest amount, and which is totally illegal on the face of it. And I find it very unreasonable and very illogical for those financiers to actually torture the innocent people like that. I am against that idea. And then thirdly is, you can say, property transactions. Property transactions. Everybody has done a property transaction in their life. Supposedly, what happens in a property transaction? We go through. First of all, we go through a token, and then we go through an agreement to sell. Normally, it is a note in Delhi. Normally, it's a notarized agreement to sell, but that's a valid document. You can always sue upon it. and supposedly it has a clause that if the earnest money fails, then the seller can retain that money, or if the seller doesn't you know get the sale deed registered, then double the amount of earnest money has to be refunded. So all these cases, also we apply the court fees and file a suit for recovery, along with maybe a suit for specific performance with it. Now fourthly but not lastly, there comes the check. Most of the check is the newest, the most modern, and the most reliable contract consideration. Now, what we are forgetting here is that whatever I have spoken of till now in my 6 minute talk, consideration is most important. We can't file a case against a person until and unless there is a consideration. Either there are goods involved, or there is a loan involved, or there is a property transaction involved. So there has to be some consideration towards which the payment has been made, and we are demanding that money from the other party in the court. So now coming back to the check, when a check bounces, there is certain time limitation in which we have to give a legal notice. Otherwise, the check case we cannot file. And then upon the non-payment after the check, after the legal notice, if the party fails to make the payment, then there is again a time limitation in which we have to file a case for the dishonor of check, and then the court issues notice. There is a criminal procedure under CRPC, and normally magistrates have check bounce cases in bulk. So I recommend my clients to file a suit for recovery or summary suit, and that's how. But then it's a criminal trial, so the parties avoiding to come to court. There's a lot of pressure in a check bounce matter, since the attendance of the accused, the respondent, is compulsory. So that's why a lot of people and checks, actually it's like a bank guarantee. It's like more of a guarantee. So a lot of businessmen try to trade on a check, because on the basis of the check bounce you can always file a suit for recovery, a summary suit for recovery also, and a check bounce complaint also under the CRPC. So a civil as well as a criminal case can be filed simultaneously on the basis of it. So all these four five types of transactions which have failed, and people, uh, they fail to recover their money. They take the help of the lawyers, and then finally the courts and the judges to recover their money. And God forbid they get their money with interest if they prove the loss to them. And I hope it's a very bad practice to retain money of someone whom you are legally bound to pay. And but then that's why courts are made, to solve your disputes. I hope things are a little bit clear for now. So, and I will make a very very strong video on check bounce and summary suits very soon to explain my subjects further. That's all for now. Stay home, stay safe. There is a pandemic. This is a global pandemic. So one should stay at home. Don't give advances to anyone unnecessarily, and don't trust anyone unnecessarily. Keep a concrete proof. Everything should be on record. All documents should be strong. And that's about it for today. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Bye bye.